Yeah, but in order to do that, you have to change the system. The system has been, pretty much, the same for the last 30, 40, 50 years. You keep on going there. They keep on teaching you the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, like no one needs to learn about geography,
Yeah.
or no one needs to learn about freaking European art.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, teach them basic fundamentals, so how to make a living, how to survive out there in the real world, man. That's really that matters the most.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the kids need to know. And this shit needs to be changed.
Yeah.
That the new government, the new policies that needs to be implemented in the schooling system. I don't know. I mean, what the world is about to come into. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm scared of my kid going to the same school.
So yeah, there's actually Elon Musk made his own school for his kids. You know that?
No.
So what he did is he pretty much has kids, okay? A bunch of little kids in the school, and the school is built in a way to basically sharpen the skill that kid is born with.
Okay.
If the kid is good in math, they will surround teachers around him and teach him math, teach him algebra, teach him calculus, teach him all that stuff.
All right.
And there's no grading system.
Okay.
Everyone works
Cool.
at their own pace. There's no 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. The kid comes into the school and he gets taught stuff. He gets
Right.
taught things that he's strong at, not that he's weak at. A five kid is not going to learn how to play sports.
Right.
He's going to learn, if he's good at piano, they'll be surrounding him with piano people and piano classes and stuff like that, whatever. So that's kind of how he built his system. There's no grading system. There's no grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Everything is built around the student. So if the student's good, they'll probably take an entry test. And this entry test, and if he scores good in communications,
Right.
they'll teach him how to be person that
cool,
can
man.
do really good communication skills and stuff like that. So that's a really cool thing that he built.
I know.
And I really think that if the schools were to change it in a way that to sharpen and strengthen the skill sets that the students have, that would be so much cooler. And then,
know.
also around that, build a foundation for them to say, hey, man, this is how you, do taxes. This is what your tax rate is in your state. This is how you start a business. This is how you form an LLC. Go to these websites to check out blah, 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 blah. That's so much more
I
better,
know,
bro.
just
I would have loved school if that
I
would have
know.
taught me that.
Just imagine, think of it, like just in your early age, you know what you're going to be, instead of, going up to your guidance counselor, what are you going to do with that?
I talked to my guidance counselor.
Yeah.
And dude, this girl was freaking retarded.
Tell me about it.
She was just like literally like anything I said, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like,
Really?
like anything I said, and then she's like, okay, let me put in my notes, and then okay, I'll talk to you next week. Like, she didn't really care. She didn't really care what I had to say. She didn't really care who I became. She just did her job.
Yeah.
And her job is to sit with a student and talk to them for 15 minutes every few weeks. That's literally her job.
on.
So I feel like if teachers really sat there and cared a little bit more about the students that they have, the future of that, the country,
Yeah.
it would have been, it's just so much, it's so much more, fulfilling, and it makes people feel better when they send their kids to
Exactly.
school, knowing that there's people around them that give them the actual support that
Exactly.
can make them a better individual. And I
Exactly.
feel like we're missing that nowadays, and everything is really just focused on, performance and grades and percentages and stuff
Exactly.
like that, when people aren't built to be perfect. People aren't built to be 100% grade A students.
Yeah.
People are built to, do things and, focus on specific tasks and take care of operations and really cool stuff. I feel like schools should just be more supporting for people,
Exactly. It
And
needs to
I
be
think it's a
changed.
personal scam. What they're trying to do here is they'll give an 18-year-old a $100,000, $200,000 freaking, a student loan
Yeah.
for their college.
For the college.
But they won't give the same 18-year-old a freaking
Investment money.
$200,000 loan for a house or an investment or start a business or for a car or anything. They won't give you
Yeah.
anything. They'll laugh at your face. So that tells you something right there.
Yeah.
That they'll give you money for school, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they won't give you money to go start a business or get a house or get a car or anything. So that's more than enough to tell you right there of how this schooling system is really set for you to just, they want all the money. So when the money comes, they can just,
Earn a
get
profit.
more
Yeah,
students.
exactly.
That's just the stupidest thing about it, man. It really is. Yeah. So look, man, having that being said, going into this new metaverse kind of society,
Yeah.
I really feel like if there's a business model right here.
Yeah.
If there's someone who wants to build a school in the metaverse and have these kids jump on servers every hour.
Exactly.
Specific servers, sales school, communication school, leadership school, management school, freaking mathematics school, engineering school. They could just hop in these schools and then learn that specific value from the metaverse. And the metaverse is just like a sitting down environment like me and you.
Exactly.
But there's actually good value to be, given there. And there doesn't have to be a freaking, a principal and a dean and all this shareholders and all that stuff. It's just a kid that learns something from a teacher that's willing to teach it. That's actually done the specific skill. Like, for example, if there's an entrepreneur school, I'll come in as the, sales guy or teach people how to do sales and communication. I'll teach them how to talk to people, how to feed into emotions, how to do all of this stuff that no one else will ever teach you. There's no teacher that knows this stuff. Maybe they do, but they won't teach it, because that's not part of their curriculum. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just really funny at this point where we're heading to. And I hope.
Yeah, you can hope for the best, man.
I hope that we get to the point where there's a metaverse school, and I would send my kid to a metaverse school where he's going to actually learn some real good information and not some baloney about European art from 1600s. God. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is Web 3.0. Okay. So, speaking into this metaverse world and all this kind of stuff, there's a lot to be said about this metaverse society or what's going on with this metaverse stuff. Okay. But Web 3.0, for the people that don't really realize it or understand it, it's pretty much like a new version of the internet. Yeah. The government, I guess like the Secretary of State or whatever, just recently had a conversation with the founders and the top executives of cryptocurrencies and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So Bitfury, the CEO over there, and a couple of chairmen and the Secretary of State and the board of whatever all the Federal, the Reserve, and SEC and all this stuff. Okay. They pretty much had a conversation and they had a meetup. And what they pretty much talked about is, what all this stuff is and, how this stuff will make sense for both parties going forward. Because let's just face it, the government, if this thing is getting too big where they can't control the government, they need to regulate it. They need to at least bring in some kind of, protocols in place. So if someone comes in and scams the whole freaking world or, comes in and hacks everything, there should be some regulations in place to prevent that. Exactly. So they had that conversation recently. And, it went out pretty good because they kind of got an understanding. I watched the whole interview or whatever it was called, the meeting. And, it's just scary right now where we're living in because, these people, these government officials never even knew anything about cryptocurrency just a few weeks ago or months ago. Exactly. They don't like change. Yeah. So, this cryptocurrency stuff that we're, now living in was built in the purpose of it not being centralized. Yeah. For example, what centralized basically means, if you think about Google, for example, Google, if you want to type in something on the internet, you have to use Google. Obviously. So Google makes the rules. Google tells you what to do. You can go to Mozilla, Firefox, you could go to Safari, but there are 5 big companies that you can go to listen or go to the internet. Yeah. The thing is, to use the internet, you have to use a company. You can't just type in randomly on the computer internet. Yeah. There has to be a specific app, right? So what that basically means that the internet is centralized. It's centralized between 5 different companies that are going to tell you if you want to use the internet, you have to come to us. Now, what decentralized basically means is you can type in how to cook pasta without using Google, without using any of the companies, because everyone owns a little piece of that system. Information. So think about it like this. Google is owned by one guy. It's a CEO. Yeah. A couple shareholders and stuff like that. That's cool, but I'm just talking bigger picture. So Google is owned by one guy, just figuratively speaking, and one team, and they're all internal. You don't get to know who the heck is pulling the strings and everything like that. Now there's the blockchain. Now there's like a Web 3.0 where everyone has a little piece. And that piece is ran on Ethereum, Bitcoin, blockchain. So if you have Ethereum, if you have, Bitcoin, whatever, you have an account open, you are part of this community. Obviously. And all these millions of people are now determining, how this community is ran, So the biggest, the people that have the most money in this cryptocurrency, this Web 3.0 are the ones that are pulling the strings and, are doing the voting.
Pretty much, running the internet, obviously.
Kind of in a way, but it's all ran by shareholders. Yeah. Everyone owns it. There's not just one guy. Yeah. Okay. So like if you want to type in how to cook pasta, there's not going to be any biased results. There's not going to be someone telling you like, hey, Google, this is, do you mean you want to buy this thing from this ad? No, it's nothing like that. There's no more ads. There's no more things like that. There might be, but what I'm trying to say is that like, it's way more focused for that specific search, not for the profit of the company. Of course. So now decentralized is basically, that means now look, the government's coming back and now they're saying, hey buddy, remember us? Remember centralization? So now the main reason cryptocurrency existed was to be decentralized, to give the power back to the people.
Yeah.
And now the governments are coming involved, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. Okay. Good thing in a way that this stuff is going to be more sustainable. Bad thing in a way that now things are going to get regulated. Things are going to get monitored, and people don't like monitoration, or people don't like monitoring in this cryptocurrency world. You know, I don't want to care. I don't care. I don't want the IRS to know if I'm making a transaction on the blockchain. You know, that's something that I personally don't really want. Okay. And a lot of people don't want that either, but that's kind of what it's just coming down to.
It's going to happen one sooner or later, man.
So, I mean, look, it's good that it's happening now. It's bad that, you know, it's happening. But anyways, guys, so yeah, that's a little bit about what's going on with the Web 3.0 side of things. And, you know, what do you think? What do you think about it?
I think it's a good thing, you know, that if it does get decentralized, you know, and if it's being centralized, first of all,
it's centralized for a good reason. It's not centralized because I want to take what you got going on. They're centralizing it because, you know, it's a big platform. Yeah, it's unavoidable, and they just have to do something about it now.
But we'll have to wait and see, you know, what kind of policies, you know, the government pretty much, you know, implements on, you know, with the Web 3.0. You know, how are they going to strategize? How people are going to benefit? How they're going to benefit? You know, it's a whole big thing. You know, that needs to be fun.
I just hope they don't do anything retarded. Like, I mean, that ruins Bitcoin or anything like that.
I don't think so that it's going to happen, because cryptocurrency is going to be the main, you know,
currency.
It's
not just in the United States.
It's going to be the next big thing. You know,
it's
for
not
your currency.
just they're regulating the United States, but it's not only United States. It's not a freaking dollar where you can only use it in the United States. It's going to be a Bitcoin where you can use it in Nigeria, Russia, Slovakia, wherever, you know. So, you know, there's some big things coming around this stuff, and, you know, I'm excited to be part of it. I'm just taking it as the day goes by. Right now, we're in the middle of a freaking crazy crypto crash. Right now, everything's dropping down. Ethereum just hit like $3,800 again.
It's going to go to 20. It's going to go to 20, man. You know,
buddy, relax. Okay, relax. Okay. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this. Hopefully you got some good information about some stuff. Thank you so much. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let all your little family know that there's a podcast out there that actually gives good information. Anyways, guys, go out there, go start a business, go enjoy your life, and go freaking crush it. Go make some money. So anyways, guys, we're logging out. Boys. Peace out.
Peace out.